Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be making something special. Now, it's going to be another casserole, but with a difference. Now, over the last few days you'll have seen me do a chicken casserole, you've seen me do a sticky maple barbecue pork casserole, a sausage casserole. Now, after doing all those dishes, I've got ingredients left over. I've got one pork. I did a pork chop. I might have done. I've got a pork chop left over from when I did the pork chop casserole. Okay. I'm losing my stuff. There we go. All right. So the idea is I'm going to use the one pork chop over there to fry that up. Now, the other day you saw me do a maple pork, there you go, lumps of meat on stickers, or sticks rather. There's the sticker for the £1 it cost instead of £4. And I'm going to be using those in the casserole as well. Now to that, there you go, that's the pork chop and the pork. Okay, and to that I'm going to be adding some sausages and also a piece of gammon, which I used on a casserole just a few days ago. I'm going to put the last piece of gammon in there. Now, as you can, this is the wooden sticks that the maple pork chunks came in on. If you have plants, by the way, you can actually stick these in the plant pot, and you know, you can tie the plant to the stick here. Helps it stay upright without falling over. It's just an added bonus there. Almost forgot what I need to do. I'm going to do all these potatoes. Now this dinner is hopefully going to make a dinner tonight and breakfast tomorrow, and I'll see what else I can see if there's anything left over by then. Now I'm going to put these in the microwave. These are going to be roasted, but I'm going to cook them in the microwave. I'm going to put them in there. There's a lot of potatoes in there, so I'll put them in for 8 minutes. I can always put them in for longer. Anyway, I'm going to get those on the go, and I'm going to start. I'm going to add some pot sausages and the gammon and start cooking that meat up. All right, there we have it. We've got that last piece of gammon that I mentioned. The rest of it I used in a casserole. This is the last out of 4 pork chops. The rest of it went in the casserole. The last of the maple pork chunks. There you go, another casserole. I'm going to put 3 sausages in there. It's going to be a bit tight in here, but once I cut it up into small pieces, it'll be easier to fit in. Okay, these are just £2 for 8 sausages. Not the cheapest, but they're the cheapest ones I could find in the co-op. Okay, so I'm going to put them all in there. I'm going to start cutting them up, and I'll show you once they're cut up. Then I'll transfer them into the casserole dish. Okay, so I've been busy chopping up the meat. The potatoes, I've just come out the microwave after 8 minutes. They're still hard, so I'm going to put them in for another approximately 6. Okay, before I forget, I've got a couple of shout-outs. Alright, I'll show you this meat as well in a minute. I'll do a couple of shout-outs. One of them's from, I think it's Morgan. Terry Morgan. M-A-U-G-H-A-M. Terry Morgan. Says, some of my mates in uni are watching me now. Oh, Jesus. Right, I'll tell you what. I'm going to turn this heat down. I just got burnt by the meat. I'm going to come over here. I just got burnt by the meat. I'll show you that in a sec. Okay. It's a pity I can't. Right, I can't edit any of that out. All right. Terry Morgan. I hope I pronounced that right. No apologies if I haven't. Some of my mates in uni are watching now, so yeah, that's good to know, and thank you for passing the word on. It's because I do get messages now and again from people in colleges and you know, from parents who got kids in university and that, because you know I'm showing them how to cook very cheap, very easy, and very wholesome dinners. So it's good to know. Thank you for your message, Terry. And Paul Villis. Now here's an interesting one. The other day I did a sticky maple barbecue pork casserole, which is some of the pork I'm using in this dish here. He called it the Caesar roll with it. Now, he didn't put a gap in it, which made me, you know, a little dash. So it took me 2 days to figure it out. He calls the dish Caesar roll with it. Sorry, hold on, I miswrote that. So I was reading his name with somebody else, with another bit of thing I've wrote. Alright, no, what it was, Casserole with it. That's the one. I was reading somebody else's message. Casserole with it is his name. Right. Finally got through that. Okay, I'll show you what I'm doing here with the meat. Here we go. Now, I've chopped up the meat into very, well, you know, except for the sausages, I've cut them into quarters. I want to sort of like, you know, don't want to cut them too small because they're not exactly, I don't think they're high quality sausages. So I didn't want them to sort of disintegrate, so I just cut them into quarters. Now, look at that. That is, I'll tell you, I don't want to get too close because it kicked out some oil on my arm a moment ago. The meat looks, or the meat smells really good. Now, it's been cooking out here for about 10 minutes till it's nice and brown. And the potatoes are done in the microwave. They're going to go in the tray. So now I'm going to transfer this into the casserole dish. There we are. The meat is in the casserole dish. That's a pork chop. That's a gammon. That's some pork chunks, some maple pork chunks, and some sausages. There we are. And I would have put some chicken in there, but I thought, you know, don't want to be go overboard. That's that. I'm doing there's like 4 or so carrots in there. Those will go in the top there. And now I'm about to cut up some onions, chunky style. There we go. Actually, I'll show you I'll cut up one of them and show you. There we go. Just now, you can get little devices here to stop, so you don't cut up your fingers off. So I'm going to be careful. There we go. So just cut them into, you know, chunks. There you go. They'll probably, you know, maybe separate them out a little bit. There you go. So there's one. Right, and I'll cut up the other one. There we are. Second onion. In there. There you go. As you can see, it's getting, just sort of turn it at an angle there. It's getting pretty full. So that's going to be a nice dinner. Now, I'm going to actually what I do, I'm going to get going to get a sachet of sauce. I'm going to get a sachet of mixed together. There we are. Now I've used the chicken one and I've used a beef one. Packet of sauce here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to try the sausage casserole mix this time. Now it's the same as the others. 300 milliliters of water with this. Now, you may remember from the other video, another video I put 400 milliliters because I wanted a lot of juice in there, which is what I've done here. There we are, 400 milliliters of water with the gravy, with the mix. Just pour that over. Now remember, I've put an extra 100 milliliters because I want a lot more gravy in there. Because one, it's good, I like it, and two, I'm going to be putting more well, half an hour before this is cooked completely, I'm going to put in some vegetables, which I'm going to put in a bowl to defrost. I've tried a couple of times where I put them in frozen. It's not been, you know, great. So okay, there we have it. The roast potatoes, they've been done in the microwave. I'm going to sprinkle some oil on them. There you go, just a bit of there. What I'll do every 20 minutes, I'm going to go in there and scoop them round, turn them over. There's the casserole, and we're going to put them in the oven. Okay, the oven is on about 185 or so. There you go. And potatoes, there we are. They'll be in the oven for about an hour and 45, or hour and a half, hour and 45. Now, in this bowl, we've got cauliflower, we've got broccoli, we've got peas, and I'm going to put some sweet corn in there. Now, the idea of this is I'm going to put this in here, and it's going to be in there. It's going to be left out for about an hour or so, to basically defrost, so I don't have to put it in the casserole frozen. It'll just help it cook a little bit better, and it'll be easier to mix around. It's just a little bit better. Right, so now come back in an hour and 45. Here we go. The casserole's been in for about an hour and a half now. I'm going to give it all a mix. There you go, it's looking pretty good. There you go, yeah, that is amazing. With the extra water that I put in here, the 400 millilitres instead of 300, it creates, I don't know if you can see it, but it creates a lot of juice, and it doesn't evaporate. You'd think, being that long in the oven, the water would evaporate, and you're left with some thick, you know, gravy, you know, in there, but it doesn't. It keeps all the juices. Okay, there we go. The broccoli, cauliflower, peas, and sweet corn go in there. They've been they're still pretty frozen, but they've been defrosting for the last hour and a half or so. Okay, I'm just gonna give this a mix so everything, all the new vegetables are all covered in the gravy juices. Okay, I'm just gonna cover everything. There you have it. Lid back on. Oh, it's getting hot. You'd think that the people who invented this would make a better handle, you know? I mean, considering how hot it gets, and it's difficult to hold on to that crappy ass handle there, you know, when you've got a thing, got a rag in your hand. Okay, alright, back in the oven for another half an hour or so. Here we are. The food will be ready now. This is, as you can see, the potatoes. I'm going to put approximately half into a bowl here, because this is going to be tonight's dinner, and the other half is going to be breakfast tomorrow. Okay. There you go. There you go. So I'm going to put them to one side for tomorrow. And here we go with the casserole. I can hear it bubbling away like crazy. There you go. Oh. I don't know if you can see that. Plenty of bubbles, plenty of bubbling going on. Okay. There you go. Yeah, the cauliflower seems pretty soft. That's done well cooking away. And the broccoli as well. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to spoon it out on top of the potatoes. Get a few carrots in there as well. Right, there's going to be plenty here for breakfast. There we are. Yeah, it looks really good. Smells quite nice. Now remember, there's what was there? 4 different meats. There's sausages, pork chop, and then pork chunks, and gammon. That was a piece of meat, which I think is gammon. It's hard to tell. The gammon was really soft. This tastes like pork chop. Yeah, it's a good little dinner this. Yeah, 4 types of meat, so it's good to, you know, you can try and guess what kind of meat you're eating with each bite. Oh. That sauce, or the juice from the casserole dish, it soaks into the carrots in this case. It makes the veg taste a bit more meaty as well. This is very good. I tell you, I can't believe how simple this is. I mean, you saw what I did there. Basically, you throw everything into the one pot, with the exception of the potatoes. If you put the potatoes in the pot to cook, they'll turn to mush. I've done that. So you've got to cook the potatoes separate, but everything else, and you see what I did here. With the meat, it's all you know. If you've got any old bits and pieces, drag out the freezer. You know how it is. Sometimes you've got like in the bottom of the packet, you've got like 2 sausages in the freezer. You've got 1 pork chop from some dinner from 2 weeks ago. You know, 1 piece of gammon from a bit of sandwich that you made. Take them out. You know, clear some space out of the freezer. I mean, oh, I put 4 meats in here. You could, if you had it, chicken. You can add lamb. What's that? That makes 6. If you've got some turkey, whatever you got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 even bits of different types of meat. Bit of steak. You know, you put that in there. Any kind of meat, any mixture. Throw it in. It's like a big, well, it's like a big hot pot, really. All right, there you go. It's going to be a long video, 17 minutes now. Okay, I'll leave it there, and I will thank you very much for watching.